Okay, so here is the assignment and also an explanation of how we will produce this project for this week, for the rest of the week. Again, it's the Day of the Dead project. It'll be due on Friday, October 30th, the day before Halloween. And then the sketchbook assignment for this week is to do a sketchbook drawing of an animal, and I'll talk about that later. That's pretty much it. Okay, so the Day of the Dead project. There's two parts to this. What we're going to do is learn about a type of painting from Mexico, as well as Day of the Dead decoration. The painting that we're going to learn about is called a mate bark painting, and again, these types this type of art hails from Mexico. Okay, so there's a type of art that's different than some traditional art, and that type of art is called folk art. And folk art is basically art that is not specifically trained. It highlights artists that are doing art for art's sake. There's American folk art. There's other European, I guess, folk art. There's different types of folk art that comes from different countries. And again, folk art is you don't have to be trained as an artist. You can just go out and start making art. So this specific folk art from Mexico is called a mate bark painting. And just from my brief research on this type of art, it was developed in the state of Pueblo, and it's utilized by the creation of bark paper from fig trees and other types of trees. And what they'll do is they'll boil the bark, and they have a process where they'll boil it and dry it out and kind of pound it and make a really neat paper, textured and multicolored paper. They can bleach it out and make it white first, and then add dyes and different colors to it. It's got a neat texture to it, and then they paint it with very vibrant and bright colors. And often the scenes for these pictures, they'll tell a story from life experiences, and as well as from nature and or history. So a popular subject that they'll use is different types of fowl or birds. So it's a neat art process to watch, and I'll provide an adjacent video that if you choose to would like to learn more about the process, you can watch the video. But if you're in person, you don't necessarily have to. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna do a combination of this mate bark painting as well as simple decorations from the Day of the Dead holiday. Okay, so here are the instructions. The first thing that we want to do is obtain a brown piece of paper, and this can be from a paper bag or other brown colored paper. And then what we want to do is crumble up that paper into a ball, and just crumple it up into a nice ball, and then flatten it out and stretch it out, and then crumple it back up again. And you want to do this process 5 times, at least 5 times, so you get a nice crumbled paper. Okay, the third thing is I have several images provided after this slide, and they're images of people's faces, and just simple faces. And what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to choose one of those faces that's provided, and then start drawing that face on that crumpled paper. And the fifth thing is to add Day of the Dead designs and embellishments to that face that you've chosen from the samples provided. So after you scroll through the faces the photographs of people's faces, there's a couple of images from embellishments and things like that, and samples of Day of the Dead sugar skulls that you can put together and do a picture kind of like what's shown here, and just add those embellishments onto that face that you've drawn on that crumpled paper. Okay, and finally, you want to color the artwork using either colored pencils, markers, um, or paint, or crayons. You can use a combination of colored pencils with markers, or crayons with markers as well if you choose to. So I'm going to scroll through right now and show you the images that you can choose from. So these are just some images from people's faces I found on Unsplash.com. So you can just choose any of these and start drawing them on that crumpled paper. Then after that, go ahead and utilize some of the design work here from these examples of sugar skulls to add on to these faces here. So you're just gonna draw the face first and then add on some of these embellishments. You are welcome to find out, go out on the internet and see if you can find more imagery in terms of examples from Day of the Dead. These are specifically sugar skulls, but some of the examples that are out there, and come up with your own designs. But these are a springboard for you to work from. All right, finally, the sketchbook assignment for the week again is to draw an animal. So it can be a pet, or it can be an animal that you find from a photograph. But that's the sketchbook that will be due on the following Monday, on November 2nd. All right, please let me know if you have any questions about this assignment. Again, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a great assignment that's close to this Halloween holiday. Again, the Day of the Dead doesn't have anything to do with Halloween, other than it's derived from a holiday, kind of the same holiday that Halloween has, but it's actually the first week of November and not October 31st. So that's it. Thank you very much, and we'll have fun.